Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are playing Kaiserreich. And we have this game definitively proven that the colonies are not ready for self-governance. As soon as we went and helped the Pacific States against the communists and the national populists, or is it authoritarian democrat? Whatever. They immediately started declaring on New England, so we've had to put a stop to that. Furthermore, as if that wasn't bad enough, I had a look around and noticed, this doesn't look great, does it? It looks like Baratia has finally broken through. Can you guess the reason why this has happened? Well, I'm going to give you a spoiler right now. And in fact, also against Iran. Like, guess why? Guess why? I'm going to zoom in very slowly to this little bit of water over here. And you will notice there are a bunch of Indian transport ships currently shipping a load of troops around. Now, have a guess where these units are not. On the freaking front line! There's six units total on these front lines. It's like, oh! Why is the AI in this game so bad? It's ridiculous. But anyway, Dominion of India is gonna die because they've decided that this actually is Baratia Commune, really. And they clearly don't need a capital or indeed a country. And we are also going to go and deal with the Pacific States because they're stupid. Right, let's do this. Right, let's slow it down a little bit. Nah, I'm not going to slow it down that much. We really don't need to. Because there's basically nothing they can do to stop us. They have got about 35 divisions, I would say, versus our 61. And they only have 17 factories more than we do, which is quite impressive. Yep, there we go. Chicago is about to get surrounded. Chicago has been taken. We're going to get overruns because our mechanized are just charging. You'd think that at least the Dominion of India AI would tell the Baratia Commune AI that it's moving its army away and get Baratia to just not attack till they come back. Well, you know, get Baratia to move away as well. Do it together. Definitely one of the worst AI glitches where they just decide, you know what, these front lines? Yeah, they're a silly thing anyway. We don't really need to care about them. We can just ignore them. It'll be fine. Just completely ignore them. Alright, let's just keep the attack going. Like, we should be pushing in from... Oh, you lot aren't pushing in. Why aren't you pushing in? Probably because you have no order to push in. Well, you should have an order to push in. All the cool kids are doing it. Orders. Off you go. Or not. Guys. Hello? No? Don't fancy it? Ready, sir. Okay. Fine. Be that way. It's put me in a really sour mood seeing that with Baratia. Things were going relatively okay. Yeah, we had the PSA being stupid, but that kind of stupid, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of get why. It's not just an AI bug. Let's go spy on the Americans a bit more. And you go and spy on... Oh, right, because New England's not called in. That's a good point. We should definitely go and call New England, and only New England. Cool. There we go. Now they're doing it. Yep, that's fine. After finishing my first game as Italy, I can say I've learned two things. The first, stay on top of resistance, let it drain you of manpower. The second is you have to make choices on tech, because there isn't enough time to do everything in the doctrines and stay on top of it all. I would say those are very, very good lessons to have taken away from it. Now, resistance is definitely a new one, but technology's always been the case. Apparently Oh, that's the Greek Civil War, isn't it? Unless Greece has just been conquered by Italy or something. They're not even under attack. We've got Carlist forces defending their northern front. They just flipped to communist. It's not a coup. Bizarre. Rural Democratic Front victorious in Greece. The restoration of the monarchy in Greece caused the country's leftist leaders to consolidate under the umbrella of the Rural Democratic Front, a party which has now seen victory in the country's recent elections under Nikos Plomopoulos. Many within the government have called on the party to be banned, a call which has been refused. And now Greece faces a transformation into a socialist dictatorship with a mandate from the angry Greek electorate. Even so, portions of the military are already gathering in opposition to the new government. So yeah, it is going to be the civil war. My heart is warm. My eyes are beaming with happiness. To be the history's... Wow, I screwed that one up, sorry. My heart is warm, my eyes are beaming with happiness as the history's greatest error is being corrected. Crush the rebellion, your highness. Also, hello everyone. God save the king. Hey, Marshal. And we still have no national focus. Is that on purpose? Yes, because we're still trying to get a ship designer. Fair enough. And our attacks here are actually surprisingly ineffective. Attacks everywhere else, very effective. Kind of. Okay, landing craft. I'm going to upgrade the armor scheme. I'm not going to spend experience on it because we do need to keep that experience to actually, you know, design a ship. Especially light cruisers for recon. That's what we need to replace. Alright, you just go here. And then go here. And then this whole area is completely dealt with. You can stop right there. Cool, so we've got the cutoff. We've split the country in twain. And I'm going to grab the tanks. And you lot are just going to go from here up to, say, here. Go. And as long as we keep on attacking across, then the gap is just going to get wider and wider and they can't counter-cut me off. And we're also getting loads and loads of factories from this conquest, which we are going to... What do we need? We need scout planes, we need fighters. That's it. Well then. Let's go and get a second scout plane and a second tier of fighters. We'll also need a bunch of resources, but we'll deal with that after the fact. The other thing we need to do is deal with occupations and resistance, although right now we're not actually suffering from any, because there's no cause here. Huzzah! This land is not actually controlled by anyone, so there is no resistance. Cool. Free turf. Der Jaeger, thank you very much for the 3-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Well, 3rd month down. How do you update mods? Mods should update automatically. So long as you're subscribed to them on Steam Workshop. And yes, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. Very much appreciate the ongoing support. Thank you. Let's go and reduce your line a little bit. Excavation 4. There we go. Huzzah! 1943 will be the next technologies. It is 42 already, so let's go and get advanced computing. Hussein, thank you very much. Oh no, that was earlier. In fact, I missed a few people. Isaac Masalm said you already, and then Hussein. Thank you very much for the follow. And Coach Duke coming in with an 11-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that, Coach Duke. Very much appreciate it. Golden Wings soon. Huzzah. One more month. Just one more month. April will be a glorious month because of it. Alright, these guys are trying to run away, I think. Emphasis, trying. So have these guys changed manpower laws or maybe industry yet? I have my doubts. They've gone to limited conscription, they're still on early mobilization. Oh dear. That is a lovely front line. Oh, naval invasion. How do I own the Island of Man? Okay, I guess. Apparently we have the Isle of Man already. I don't remember invading it. Oh, Jaeger, you might have the same problem that I have, where the mods are updating. It's the launcher which isn't recognizing that they've updated. I would recommend just trying to start the game with the mod and see if it works. Because all of my Hearts of Iron mods right now are saying they're not updated when clearly they are. And I've heard I'm not the only person to have this issue. Right, we need to buy in some more fuel, and for some reason the Pacific States aren't willing to sell to me. Can't imagine why. And then we need some steel, which we can get from New England again. Oh, that's way too much. No, I don't need that much. We only need 20. Australasia, you'll do nicely. And then aluminium we can get from the West Indies. Brilliant. And we could also do with a tiny bit more rubber from Insulindia. We now have 1,300 rubber. Crikey, that's a bit. I thought for a minute you were cut off there. That would have been annoying. Oh, I see what the problem here is. You guys don't have an order. Now you do. There we are. If only America was always this easy to conquer. It would make the game a lot easier. You have claims, so when any of my allies invade Britain, it flips to you. Yeah, I assumed as much. These tanks could really do with being a little bit more aggressive. There we go, let's do that. Now go fight stuff. And go after that bit. Keep going. Keep on attacking! As I've heard once or twice. Fuel refining 4 is done. Now, is there anything else that we need to research? 42, yes we do. We need the the Canadian Auto Rifle Model 5. Let's do that. I'm wondering how the French Civil War works. In my game they had eliminated the political violence stuff and communist power in the government was at 0. However, September 39 declared war on Yugoslavia, France joined the guarantee, then all of a sudden the French Civil War. I think it should be if they still have the disjointed government. If they have disjointed government and too low stability, I think it happens. Or if they just have low stability. I'm not 100% sure because it's not really that clear. Because it happened in my game as well, and I'm not 100% sure why. Meanwhile, how's Europe looking? I mean, they're working on it. I'm a little bit surprised that India hasn't given up yet. Oh, nope, the Indians have decided to defend again. See, this was just a very cunning ruse to make Baratia overextend so that they could counterattack. And in fact, they've cut off a bunch of Iranian troops. You got very lucky there, India. You got very, very lucky. Let's get you to take that, just to make sure it happens. Canadian rifles look like they're from Star Wars. They do a little bit, don't they? Ah, here we go. Now, do we want the Halifax shipyard or the Davy shipbuilding? Oh, we can't get either. Alright then. Well, I guess we need to continue the focuses for ships then. This would allow us to get Davy. This would allow us to get Halifax. Now, are there any others? Yes. Oh no, that's aviation. Yarrow. So Yarrow Shipbuilders I think is hidden, so we don't know exactly what that one will do for us. So let's see if we can get it as quickly as possible. So let's do the shipbuilding deal. Canada's naval production capacity is barely adequate to maintain the former Royal Fleet, much less expand it back to its previous glory. A national program of intensive shipyard expansion will be necessary to achieve naval superiority once again, and ensure our efforts do not go to waste. In the meantime, we can develop all of our resources. Cooperation with the Reichspact. Interesting. IEDC is... Oh no, we can invest in one more place. As much as I'm reluctant to reward stupidity, it's kind of got to be India. I don't want to do any of those. All hands on deck. This one gives us... Ooh, recruitable population. That I definitely want to do. Boop. Excellent. More manpower. Always useful. Hey, Sergey. Are you going to be there on Saturday? Seeing as we're in your neck of the woods, I believe. Nice little cut off. You're dealing with that already. Excellent. Now, we are going to need to be careful, because as soon as we hit Mexico, the floodgates will open. Maybe. How many troops does Mexico actually have? Not very many. And many of them are probably abroad. Oh, of course. Costa Rica and Panama are fighting them. Interesting. Coming in France is about to capitulate. Union of Britain will keep them alive, though. Socialist Republic is no longer a great power. Interesting. In fact, it looks like New England has got some more troops which they could send us. Which... Oh, it's Joseph Kennedy. We will deal with once we've taken this pocket out, I think. Because the New Englanders here are probably contributing to that in some small way. Seem to have a random front line near New Orleans. So we do, because we have not taken it. And up here as well. Easily dealt with, but well spotted.
Ready. Ready. Yes, sir.
Complicated, I'll send you a Discord DM. Okay, no worries, okay. In 1941, they had a second civil war against... Wait, what are we talking about here? Image. In 1941, they had a second civil war against the Nash... Whoops, where am I looking at? I'm looking over here. want to make sure we keep an eye on this. Against the nationalists in Germany, immediately sided with the nationalists. I formed the Italian faction in Bulgaria and immediately invited communist France and went to war with Germany. And GB joined because of reasons. They stayed democratic but joined the Axis. Okay. Oh, they took Vicksburg. That's not very nice.
Attention.
You guys,
Move out.
go and crush this, please. You guys are in the process of crushing that. That's glorious. And you lot go down here.
Ready, sir.
You go here. You're already moving north into there. Cool. So this pocket is as good as dead now. And we're also getting a couple new military factories. We're not actually getting nearly as many as I kind of expected we would. I think I'm going to double down with the fighter production. We don't need to import steel anymore. We do need to import more aluminium. And a little bit more rubber. We seem to be getting too much aluminium now. Davy shipbuilding deal. Done. Let's expand the HMC Halifax. Halifax Harbour is one of the best ports in the entire world, and it serves as our access point to the Atlantic and Europe. It has been stretched thin by needing to house the Royal Navy in exile for the last decade, and the time has come to expand it and prepare for even more ships to be serviced here. Sounds good to me. Alright, Washington. Boom. It's fallen. Alright, so all of the purples are now going to be marching over here. Reds. Now, what do I want to do with you? Here's a question. Because my gut feeling is that we should go charging down... Oh, you know what? No, we need to go and take California out.
Ready, sir.
This is the PSA, and their cores are over on this side. Because what I was thinking there initially was, do we want to go for Texas? Unfortunately, if we go for Texas, then we're fighting Mexico. And I'd kind of like to be in a slightly stronger position to do that. I do have troops ready to deploy. Ooh, more tanks! Marvellous.
Commands.
And then there were 16. Now, speaking of tanks, we can probably increase the strength of these guys now. So let's get a couple more motorized going. Let's get another SPG. Medium. Medium. Do we have enough for this? Yes. And where's the SPG? No, but only just. So we're now up to 30 combat width. We still have 50 organization, which is great. Yeah, these guys are starting to kick ass and take names. And I want engineers, which we definitely can't afford right now, but I'm going to get it anyway. Awesome. Some of your tanks look a lot like horses. Yeah, but these are New England, so I can't change them. His Majesty's Canadian Dockyard Halifax is not normally abbreviated HMC Halifax, but HMC Dockyard Halifax. Interesting. Have I upgraded the Marines yet? No, I haven't. Good point. Trying to think how I want to do this. Do I want to just go for a solid infantry block? Like that? Or... Yeah, because we never need many of these. We just need a good number. So that's what the Marine divisions are going to look like, and I do want to start training a couple more. Okay, I wanted to start training another one of those. I will take the Lend-Leases you guys are offering, thank you. Oh, for Pete's sake, this song comes up so often and is bugged. It's like after every other track. I usually do 7-2 Marines. Yeah, I considered that. The part of the problem... Well, I do have a fair amount of artillery, and it is a fairly high level. Yeah, okay, we'll do that too. Plus, the extra soft attack is good for breaking through enemy resistance. And we do get a fair amount of it. And we get another unit because of it. Cool. You can remove a song by clicking the name in the list. It doesn't appear in the list. Otherwise I would have done that.
Commands.
Alright, so some of the tank units are beginning to arrive. Unfortunately, the tanks are going to be taking attrition out here, and it's going to be mountain attrition, which is going to suck. And actually, speaking of which, we have proper mountaineers now. So let's go and assign you lot to here. And in fact, if I can get the mountaineers to do the attacking, then that would be even better.
Ready, sir. Orders.
Five of them. Are Marines better if they're actually smaller? You basically just storm the beach, send them away, sending in a full-fledged army. Kind of. Marines want to actually be a big unit because you need them to hit as hard as possible. And generally you get far more bang for the buck with a 40 combat width than you do a 20 combat width in that instance. Sometimes you do want 20 if you want to like take an area then push out immediately to hold a beachhead. It really depends what your objective is, but generally I would say you want hard-hitting Marines above everything else. Because yes, you can ship in other units to actually do the push. All packed for tomorrow? Nope. When I finish the stream this evening at 2 o'clock in the morning, I will then be packing. Ready to leave the house at about 9 o'clock in the morning to get to the airport. It's going to be fun. We had surplus. It was like... Oh, it's because we get... Right, this is West Indies, so we get more. There we go. Right, what else do we need? What are we short in? We're actually really short in the infantry equipment. So let's get a second line of those going. Packing right now, but you're on a 7:30 train. Not fun. You know what? The tanks are over here when they really don't need to be. And I don't particularly want you taking this extra attrition. So what I'm going to do is we're going to leave you behind this river here. You just go and hang out over there. And that way you're in the lowlands ready to go for Mexico. Though hell, I'm really tempted just to surge through. Oh. I wasn't ready for this. I don't know what everyone did. Well, I think that the vast majority of this is going to go to France. Unfortunately, I'm getting 8 points per click, so I need to click a few times. Yeah, I'm thinking that everything in Africa will go to France. A chunk of Iran can go to India. Portugal probably wants a bit. Maybe give the Levant to Portugal? Oh, and Muscat. Muscat was on our side for this, so we'll give Saudi to Muscat. I think that's an easy one. Is Yemen on our side? No. So Muscat's going to get all of this.